Chef Shana here at Tuesday River Park Farmers Market for another episode of Discover the Bounty. It's fall, y'all, which means it's perfect weather for harvesting apples. I love apples because they can be used in both sweet and savory dishes. Not only do they add the perfect crunch, but they're nutritious. Before we start shopping, let's head back to the orchard and see how apples grow. Today we're at G Farms and I'm with the Executive Director of the California Fresh Farmers Market Association, and we're learning all about how apples grow. So Pete, tell me a little bit about growing apples in the Central Valley.
Well, you know, apples are everywhere. They're grown all around the world, but California and the Central Valley, perfect soil, perfect amount of sunshine and heat. Apples are harvested in the midsummer to early fall, and then they're put into cold storage. Once they sweeten on the tree, they want them off, and then they'll last 4 months in cold storage for us to enjoy in the stores and markets.
Okay. And what are some of the varieties that grow here in the Central Valley?
There are 4 main varieties. Gala apple, Honeycrisp is a big one. There are literally dozens of apples that are grown in the valley. These that we're looking at today in the orchard that we're in are called a Pink Lady.
Okay. So they have the beautiful pink color, and are they sweeter than the others? Or how?
They are. They're much sweeter than most of the apples. They have a very crispy snap when you bite into them, and they don't oxidize like other apples, where when you'll cut them, they generally will turn brown color. And Pink Ladies tend to be a great one for like charcuterie trays and salads, that kind of a thing.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and answering all the questions.
Thanks for being here.
All right, now that we've learned how apples are grown, let's head back to the farmer's market and pick up some apples. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. Yourself?
Good. I'm Shana.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm looking for some apples to cook for some recipes. Do you have a favorite variety that you like to use?
We're all organic, but they're all really good. The Pink Lady is probably really good for apple pies, especially for Thanksgiving coming up. Then of course we have the classic Fuji, right? And I use that mainly for my salads and whatnot.
So I'm thinking about making a salad where I'll place it on top. So you would say a Fuji for the salad and then Pink Lady.
Yeah, Pink Lady for your apple pies.
Instead of the green Granny Smith.
You can still, we have Granny Smith too, but I kind of like the Pink Lady. So,
okay.
And the heavier they are, the juicier.
Okay.
But the smaller, a little bit more flavor. So you got to pick, what you want in your recipe.
Okay, good to know. What else do I need to know about apples?
No, that's it. Just enjoy an apple a day, keeps the doctor away, right?
That's true. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I like it. All right, well, I'm gonna pick out some apples, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Now that I have my apples, let's head back to the kitchen. Welcome back to Tuesday River Park Farmers Market for another episode of Discover the Bounty. Today, we're highlighting one of the most classic and beloved fruits, apples. Apples are the ultimate crowd pleaser. With their crisp texture and sweet, tangy flavor and endless variety, there's truly an apple for every taste. They're the kind of fruit that can be the star of both a savory and sweet recipe, making them a staple in kitchens around the world. They're high in fiber, which is great for digestion, and they're also a good source of vitamin C to boost your immune system. They're naturally low in calories and contain no fat or cholesterol, making them a healthy and satisfying snack. Apples are incredibly versatile in the kitchen. You can slice them into salads, bake them into comforting classics like apple pie, or add them to a roasted vegetables or pork dish for something savory. All right, are you ready to turn these humble apples into something extraordinary? Let's get cooking. All right, we are going to make some apple pie mini roll-ups. So that way you get to make them and you get to eat them. Does that sound good? Yeah. All right, before we get started, who knows what an apple is?
I know.
You know what an apple is? Has everybody tried an apple before? Yeah, okay. Apples are pretty common. We eat apples a lot. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? They're very good for you. So we need a recipe to tell us how to make what we're gonna make. What does a recipe do though? Can you tell me what a recipe does?
A recipe helps you to make stuff.
Okay, a recipe helps you to make stuff. What else a recipe do?
A recipe is stuff in a list for directions.
Okay, it lists out directions. Good. That's wonderful. And yours was great. And what else?
They give you like your ingredients.
The ingredients, exactly what I was looking for. So a recipe tells us the ingredients we need. It tells us how to make it because it gives us the directions. Good job. So my recipe here tells us that we need And large apple. Do we see a large apple? Good. You see it? Good. We have sugar, white, right? We have ground cinnamon. You don't see the sugar? It's hard to see because the white bowl, right? Okay, I'm gonna have you smell my cinnamon. It smells delicious to me, but I want you to smell it and tell me what you think. Smell good? Oh, what do you think? Smell good? Smells good?
Yeah.
Smell good? Yeah. All right, so we have our cinnamon. We have melted butter. Do you guys see the melted butter?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Ooh.
All right. And then we have a pie crust. And this pie crust is already made for us. It's here to go. It's a circle.
Actually, I've been cooking.
See it? All right. So we are going to use a pizza cutter, and we're going to actually cut our pie crust into strips because we're going to use these strips to roll around our apple. And I'm going to make 8 strips.
8? That's a lot.
That's a lot. That way each of you get a strip.
Things, it looks like a lot of them.
Does it? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to give you each a piece of pie.
When I see 8 all the time, I think it's 10.
Oh, really? All right. So I'm going to give you each a strip. I don't want you to touch it quite yet, okay? I'm going to put it on your plate. We're just going to leave it there, okay?
I don't really know why we got water.
In case you get thirsty, you can drink the water. Really reach. Okay, there we go. All right, here's your strip. And your strips. You got it. And your strip. And I have a little strip too that I'm going to show you guys what to do in just a second. Sound good? So we have sugar in our bowl, but what I'm going to do is add a little bit of cinnamon to it. And we're making cinnamon sugar. So we'll stir it around.
It makes cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, make cinnamon sugar, kind of a light brown color. And you guys are going to use this in just a minute.
It turns darker.
Sure, yeah.
Ooh.
Got it? All right. So I had some butter, and I needed to heat it up to melt it. Did I put it in my dishwasher? Did I put it in my refrigerator? Or did I put it in my microwave? Microwave, yes. I put it in my microwave to melt it. I did it for about 30 to 45 seconds to melt it. If you just want to soften it, if a recipe calls for softened butter, you would do that for about 15 seconds. But this is melted. So I'm going to come around with the melted butter, and I'm going to give you guys a spoon. You're going to dip your spoon in my melted butter, and you're going to just brush it right onto your piece, like that. Sound good? Yeah. All right, we're all going to take a turn doing that. Whoop. Here we go. Can you go ahead and brush that on for me? Try to cover your entire pastry.
Make sure you get all of it on there.
There you go. You can. It's kind of like you're painting it, right?
It's
We
kinda
also
like
have
a
a special tool called a pastry brush that we could use. But if you don't have a pastry brush at home, the spoon works just fine. So go ahead and drizzle that on. You have a pastry brush at home?
Yes, it's blue and black.
Ooh, blue and black. That sounds really cool. All right.
I don't
Go.
really know why it's called a pastry brush.
Why it's called a pastry brush? Because it looks like a brush, kind of like a paint brush, and you usually brush pastry. This is a pastry dough with it.
So it's kind of like.
But you could also brush a turkey with it, and in which case, I don't know why it's called a pastry brush. Here you are. Go ahead and paint your piece of pie, your pie dough. You can make pie from scratch, pie dough from scratch, or you could just pick it up in the refrigerated section as well.
Pie from scratch. You just make everything.
That's awesome. Okay, here you are. Go ahead and brush it. Oh, that's okay. Just scoop it up and paint it on. No problem at all. There you go.
Put that right there.
That was perfect. I'll take the spoon from you, buddy.
There you go.
Thank you. We'll put a little on that side. All right. You ready to paint yours? There you go. Go ahead and drizzle it on and move it this way and that way. Good job. So with Thanksgiving coming up, if your parents tell you you have to make the dessert, you know what to make now, right? Okay. All right, let me help you out a little bit. Is that okay? I'll get some over here. So I'm adding the butter because butter tastes good, but then it's also creating a sticky surface because next we're going to sprinkle on the cinnamon and sugar, so it'll help it to stick. Does that make sense? All right. You ready for yours? There you are. Go ahead and spread it all the way across. Good job. All righty. Wonderful. Now we're going to come and we're going to do the same thing with the cinnamon and sugar. Sound good? So this time you're going to take it and you're going to sprinkle it just like that.
Make sure you keep it on the plate.
Yep, try to keep it on the plate. But if it gets on the plate, it's okay. And it's okay if you hold it a little bit higher and sprinkle it because that makes it coat your pie crust better. All right, go ahead and try to sprinkle it. It's kind of like glitter, but except you can eat it.
Yep, yummy glitter.
There you go. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna have you hold your hands out for me, like this. And I'm gonna put some in your hand, and then you're gonna sprinkle it with your other hands. There we go. I'm just gonna give you a tiny bit since you already have a bunch on there. There you go. Sprinkle that on. Sprinkle that on. Go like this and give me a bowl, all of you, like that. Good job. And I'm gonna put some in your hand and then sprinkle that on.
My hand.
Can I have your hand, sweetie? There you go. Now sprinkle it all over your pie crust, pie dough. There we go. It's all right. You can use a bunch of it because you're going to coat the entire thing. You want to use all that cinnamon and sugar. That's okay. Just go like this.
And also, one thing.
Perfect. Clap your hands over it. There you go. Good job.
It made me more dirty.
Oh, it made you more dirty. That's all right. You can get dirty while cooking. All right, so we're gonna cut our apple, and I'm gonna use this tool here,
It sounded like clap.
and we're gonna just slice our apple.
It sounded like you said clap to me.
And I am gonna give you, I did say clap. Clap your hands, and it kind of helps it to come off. So I'm gonna give you each a piece of apple, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our apple, we're gonna start at the end of it. Do you see where I'm pointing?
Yeah.
Right here? Do you see?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And we're gonna put it on our dough, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna roll our pie dough over our apple like such. And I have a little small piece here, so we're just gonna wrap it around to cover our apple like that. Do you see? Okay, I'm gonna give you each an apple to do that with.
That looks fun.
And you're gonna roll it up.
Pig apple in a blanket.
Yeah, it's an apple in a blanket. I like it.
If like an apple in a blanket, then we eat it.
We're not gonna eat it yet because we have raw pie dough on there. That's okay. I'll help you. Here you are. There you go. All right, so I want you to try wrapping it up, and I'm gonna help you get started.
You need to wrap it up like it's a mummy.
Here we go. And then keep rolling it. Like that. Now you roll it. You got it. That's all right. We can redo it a little bit. Here.
It looks like a croissant.
Yeah, it looks like a croissant.
I need help rolling mine.
Okay, I'll help you.
All it just looks like is a mummy.
A mummy. Maybe these would be good Halloween desserts too.
I may try to make one of these bites on Halloween, but instead I made a mummy. That would be
So you did a really good job rolling it. We just need to spread it out as we roll it. That's all right. There you go. Nicely done.
Make is a mummy one.
Yep, there you go.
That's because mine is not long enough.
I have a little bit extra I can add to yours.
So I don't know why so much sugar is getting on the stand.
Here we are. There we go.
Then we cook it.
Yep, we're gonna bake it. All right, oh, nicely done. We're gonna go like this. It's okay, you know what? It looks beautiful. We'll just wrap it up a little bit like that. We'll spread it out a little. There you go. I like that. Very nice job. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna collect them on my baking sheet here. If you wanna just move your hand, yep. There we go. I'm gonna put them on here, and I'm gonna make sure my oven, before we start this process, we wanna preheat our oven to 425 degrees. So that's pretty hot, right? And we're gonna bake it for about 15 minutes. There we go. Like that. There we go. All right, so say goodbye. We're gonna put them in the oven. Actually, no, we're not quite yet. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to brush on a little bit more of that butter onto the top. Butter adds nice flavor. It also helps to make it caramelize and brown up in the oven a little bit.
It makes it yummy.
It does make it yummy. Flavor equals yummy. I like it.
Like butter.
You don't like butter? Maybe not by itself, but when you make it with other things, it helps bring out flavor. And then we're gonna sprinkle on some of that cinnamon and sugar.
It's like glue. I knew you were gonna do it.
It helps, exactly, it's like glue. It helps it to stick.
And it helps it to be.
And then we're gonna put it in the oven. So say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, it's gonna go in the oven. And it's gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes. But because we're on TV, we have some already ready to go. And they were cooked and cooled, and now they're ready. You can serve them with a scoop of ice cream. And are you guys ready to try it?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. I am going to cut them in half.
You're gonna cut them.
I'm gonna cut them, yes.
Then in case you want two, in case you want another one, there's another one. Just get one at a time.
All righty. And we're gonna wait for all of our friends to get theirs. And then I'm gonna teach you a magic word that we're gonna say before we eat. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
All right.
Do like so.
Any guesses what the magic word is? If you already know it, don't say it. Anybody that doesn't know it, can you guess what the magic word is? You got it right. Good job. So she guessed it correctly. It's bon appetit, which is French. It means good appetite, good eating. Enjoy your meal.
Bon appetit.
Yes, so on the count of 3, we'll say bon appetit. And you guys will get to try your apple pie wraps. Remember, if they come out of the oven, they're gonna be hot, but these had plenty of time to cool, so they're good to go. You guys ready to try them? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bon appetit. All right, give it a try. Tasty? Does it taste like a little apple pie? You don't like the apple?
I like the dough part.
That's good.
I like the whole thing.
You like the whole thing? Yeah.
Tastes good? Tastes good? How's it taste?
Good. Good, but it tastes good, but I don't like the apple.
I had a blast cooking with you today and exploring new tasty flavors from the farmers market. Farmers markets are such a wonderful place to find fresh, locally grown veggies and try out new recipes with them. See you next time for another fun cooking adventure.